And welcome back to the Utilia Stadium here at Hearns Lane, Welwyn Garden City. Second half coming up of Welwyn Garden City against Biggleswade in Southern League Division 1 Central. Very good evening if you're joining us for the first time here on 90 Minutes Live in association with East Hearts Radio BL with you. And so far so good. Welwyn Garden City leading 1-0 at half time. Thanks to a goal from George Ironton. And we're just about to get the second period underway with Biggleswade kicking from left to right. And Welwyn Garden City pretty much good value for their advantage at half time. Biggleswade did have a couple of opportunities, but perhaps the best other opportunity of the first half fell to Eusebio da Silva, who conspired to miss from some 5 yards out after Dave Keenley's side had produced a save from the goalkeeper Tyler Josephs. Meanwhile, ball's out on that far side. Quick look through the Welwyn Garden City line-up then. Two changes from the team that went out of the FA Cup this time last week. Charlie Crowley in goal, Johnny Sexton at left back, Lee Close and Jay Rolfe, the two central defenders, and Big Carl Mensah at right back. Jesse Walklin, Thomas Apuku and Dave Keenley side in midfield alongside George Ironton, as Crowley has to collect the ball from inside his 6-yard box, supporting two strikers, Jack Vasey and Eusebio da Silva. As Ironton finds Walklin. Walklin turns and brings in Johnny Sexton, who's the one player to see a yellow card in that first half. Biggleswade sorted out, but here's Walklin again, midway inside the opponent's half. Apuku let the ball slip under his foot, and that was enough for Biggleswade to get it clear. Ball forward for Alan Fleming on that far side. Fleming's got Elliot Kettle herring into the box. Here's Kettle. Lee Close is the defender, and Close does very well indeed. Robs Kettle and completes the clearance with the right boot on that far side. It's going to be a substitution for Welwyn Garden City that's going to be made over there. I think it could be Patrick Tishkala, but we'll have a look when he does come on. So the lights of the board shining brightly on the far side, and not going to make the change just yet, I don't think. Nicky Ironton still having a little bit of a chat as game restarts with a throw in for Biggleswade. Lee Oswick all the way back to his goalkeeper Tyler Josephs, whose kick isn't a good one, but Connor Inskip gets him out of trouble and finds Joe Gage. Gage forwards at the halfway line for George Bailey. Bailey's ball forward by Coles, but Sexton's in the way. He's given it away though. And here's Adam Hunt. Hunt can't find Fleming. Jay Rolfe will complete the clearance. Onto the halfway line, Thomas Apuku lets it go. And the Hunt on that far side brings in Don Mason. Fleming bringing it down, but Lee Close will hook it clear, and Eusebio da Silva brings in Carl Mensah. Mensah on the halfway line, long cross to his near side, looking for George Ironton, who ducks under the ball. Hunt's there with him. Ironton falls it back to the supporting Johnny Sexton, brings in Dave Keenley's side. Keenley's side looks to the edge of the area. He finds Eusebio da Silva. Thought about the shot, couldn't tee it up. Shot's going to come in from Keenley's side now, but goes just over the top. Nice approach play by the citizens, and that keys the substitution to be made on the far side. It's going to be Thomas Apuku who's going to come off, and it's in fact going to be Jordan Kinoshi who is going to be the player who comes on for Welwyn Garden City. Red card for, red card for Sawbridgeworth. They were 6-1 down at half time against Takeley. They're now down to 10 men. Not a good night for the Robins. So Jordan Kinoshi comes to this left-hand side. And George Ironton, I think, is going to move over to the right-hand side where Aboku was. Kinoshi, who scored for the reserves in their 3-1 defeat here against Harefield United, as Fleming's going through here on Crowley and all. Ball cannons off the post. Big opportunity for Biggleswade. Welwyn Garden City for the first time really letting Alan Fleming go. And the big striker chipped it over the advancing goalkeeper. Couldn't find the target though. Ball came off the outside of the post and behind for a goal kick. Yeah, Ganoshi, who's come on, who scored as the under-23s lost here. 3-1 the Harefield United reserves on Saturday, but he got the goal. Obviously impressed in doing so. Here's George Ironton centrally to the right-hand side for Mensah. Mensah looking to tee up the cross. Another one of those low-driven balls. Coles gets there first and can tell you that anybody who follows Sawbridgeworth Town who's listening, put your hands over your ears now. It's now Takeley 7, 10-man Sawbridgeworth 1. As Eusebio de Silva goes down and wins a free kick. 3 Biggleswade players aren't happy with it. It's taken quickly. Here's Jack Facey. Oh, it's the netting, but the side netting. Well, Biggleswade not happy with our referee still been moaning the awarding of the free kick. Welwyn Garden City to it quickly, and Facey had an opportunity there. But the ball went into the side netting, so we had chances at either end in the opening 5 minutes. The second half's been a good game this, between two teams you would expect will have decent seasons in Southern League Division 1 Central. Fleming controls the ball and then goes down under challenge from Jesse Walklin. Biggleswade will have a free kick. Kanoshi on this left-hand side yet to get in the game. As the ball pushed forward, it obviously offers a different threat to Thomas Apuku, who's the physical threat. Kanoshi very much the speed merchant. As on that far side, the ball picked up by Ryan Inskip. Has to go back to square one for Lee Oswick. Oswick on this near side for Joe Gage. Gage forward and Lee close read that well. Welwyn Garden City could come forward with intent here. Good ball looking for Keenley side, but just underhit it and allowed Oswick to clear it on the far side. They had a real overload on that right hand side. Had Lee close picked out the right ball. Carl Mensah will take the throw in for Welwyn Garden City. Former Bedford Town player amongst other teams, of course. Long throw down onto the head of Eusebio de Silva. Keenley side pouncing on the loose ball. Here is Dave Keenley side. Lets it run. Kinoshi's first touch finds George Ironton, who brings in Johnny Sexton on this near side. Sexton to the far post. Up goes Eusebio. The ball's bobbling about in the area. Eusebio tries the shot but can't get any power. And it goes straight into the arms of Tyler Joseph. Joseph finds George Bailey. Bailey has been got Walklin all over him, snapping at his ankles, and it's going to be a free kick to Biggleswade. Referee just having a word with Jesse Walklin, I think, and saying one more and you're in the book, son, because he certainly had a talking to from the referee in the first half, and the referee pointing out the infringements in the second half. So one more, and certainly Welwyn Garden City's number 4 will be seeing yellow. Long kick forward onto the head of Mensah. Good header forward, but nobody can bounce on it. And Connor Inskip finds Lee Oswick. Oswick, long ball forwards over Mensah's head, but Charlie Crowley will collect it quite comfortably from the penalty area away to our right-hand side. Reasonable attendance here at Hearns Lane tonight. Cold evening. Always difficult on a Tuesday night, but Eusebio de Silva in possession here. Keenley side couldn't get it, and Elliot Kettle will thump it forward, but in the end Mensah sorts it all out on the halfway line. Mensah still going, and in the end I think it was Fleming and Bailey who were all over the big man, and the Biggleswade bench not happy with that either, but Welwyn Garden City have got themselves a free kick. Carl Mensah will take it. Puts it out over this near side. Johnny Sexton have to go backwards to collect it. Sexton, square ball for George Ironton. Coming increasingly in field. Ironton near side for Keenley side. Keenley side for Eusebio de Silva. Eusebio turns well. Tries to send in Kanoshi, but stray boot of Gage gets that one away. Welwyn Garden said he'd take the throw in quickly. Here's George Ironton having a run against Adam Hunt. Ironton curls the ball far post. Jack Vasey heads it down, but straight into the goalkeeper's arms. Good chance. Headed it anywhere. 6 inches either side, and Welwyn Garden City would have been 2 up. Super cross from George Ironton. Here's Gage. Forward for Connor Inskip. Back for Lee Oswick. Oswick turn the ball inside for Elliot Kettle. Kettle finds Oswick again. Oswick. Long ball forward, looking for the run of Fleming. Jay Rolfe had matched it though. Rolfe loses his footing, but does well to stay in contact, and in the end wins his side a throw-in as well. Good work by the number 6. Leaves it for Carl Menser to take for Welwyn Garden City. Menser taking his time about it. Welwyn Garden City leading here by a goal to nil. George Ironton scored out after 25 minutes. Keenly side lobs the ball forward. Eusebio can't get a header in ahead of Gage, but Facey will get it back. Fun Keenly side, but his ball sends Waltlin short. Mensa skied it on this near side, but Sexton will do well and put the ball back to the goalkeeper Charlie Crowley. Crowley waving his players forward, right-footed downfield. Looking for the head of Eusebio de Silva. He does get there, and Kanoshi's got it on this near side over his head, but Gage will sort that out onto the halfway line. George Bailey. Well, Bailey's given it away to Walklin, but his intended through ball is snavelled out, and Welwyn Garden City will attempt to get it back through George Ironton. Ironton does well. Ironton's long ball forward. Eusebio running through. The goalkeeper's come out, and the goalkeeper does well. Only as far as Jesse Waltlin. Waltlin's header is a tame one, though. Mason's ball forward. Once again trying to send Fleming on the run, but comes to nothing. Welwyn Garden City will get it back here with Johnny Sexton. Just get this feeling, as I said at the close of the first half, Citizens need another goal here to be comfortable. Kanoshi will get the ball on this near side. First chance for a run, but doesn't last long, but the ball breaks to Keenly side. On the edge of the area is Eusebio de Silva. Oh! Just wide of the target. Did well to snaffle the ball away. And certainly we've seen that Nicky Ironton likes his centre forwards, and he likes ones that put the ball in the back of the net, but I don't think he can complain at all about the work rate that Facey and Eusebio de Silva have put together this evening. Elliot Bailey, of course, we know as a striker, got a goal in him, is on the bench, but 2 big men up front have done a good job. As Elliot Kettle on that far side gets the ball back of Oswick. Ryan Inskip finds Mason. Inskip gets it back. Mason across the halfway line they are now, but given it away yet again. Mensa forward, gets it back off Keenly's side. Mensa still going down this right hand side. Mensa's cross to the far post. Kanoshi goes down in the box under challenge from the Hunt. Referee doesn't want anything to do with it, but Sexton's got it back across the box. It's Kanoshi. The ball rebounds again on this near side, and the Hunt will finally get it clear for Biggleswade. I think it was a half-hearted appeal for a penalty, if I'm honest, but on the halfway line is George Bailey trying to turn away from Lee Close, but Close does well, puts the ball out, and the referee's going to want to work with somebody who's been talking too much, I think, because not quite sure he was going to, but I think a card's going to come out here. You've got a whole flurry of Biggleswade players round, and the referee still having a little bit of a word there. Tom Goals, who's the skipper, is there as well. And I think it might be Elliot Kettle, or is it Lee Oswick? I think it's Lee Oswick he's having a word with. And the referee is certainly reaching for the book. And yellow card is going to be shown for dissent more than anything else. I don't think it's for anything else. And yellow card comes out. It is Lee Oswick who gets the yellow card. So he joins Johnny Sexton in the book. Adam Hunt will take the throw in. People falling down. Hunt takes the throw in. Finds Elliot Kettle. Kettle controls it on that far side for Ryan Inskip. Inskip, though, is easily beaten by Mensa, who's had an excellent game at right back. Finds Facey. Facey collects the ball in his chest and then puts it back to George Ironton on the halfway line. Ironton back for Mensah. Mensah chips it down the line, but Mason is in the way. The ball threaded forward, 2 players offside, Ryan Inskip on the far side, and Fleming would have been offside as well. So nothing doing as far as Biggleswade are concerned. Just approaching the hour mark here at Hearns Lane. Welwyn Garden City 1, Biggleswade 0. Southern League Division 1 Central, 90 minutes live in association with East Arts Radio, and all going very nicely at the moment. Carl Mentz's free kick to the edge of the area. Up goes Keighley side. Can't be gauged to it, but Kanoshi will pick up the scraps. Here is Jordan Kanoshi. Kanoshi tries to get the ball across. Can't do so, but does win himself and his side a corner. So George Ironton will come across. Or in fact, has he gone for a throw-in? I thought it was a corner, but may well have just gone across for a throw-in on this near side. We'll have a look. What is in fact a throw-in. Johnny Sexton will take the throw. Brings in Ironton. Ironton forward, gets it back off Kanoshi, but all breaks down for Welwyn Garden City, and Alan Fleming gets it for Biggleswade. Sexton's in his way. Here's Kanoshi again. Kanoshi battling away with Fleming. Sexton's lost out though, and Fleming will come forward now for Biggleswade. Fleming turns the ball to Coles. Coles on this near side. Look for the run of Adam Hunt, but once again it breaks down, and not for the first time tonight. Biggleswade are about to make a change, I think, on that far side of the field. Looks like they might be bringing on Nathan George as a defender, but we'll wait and see. Chip ball down the line by Johnny Sexton, pounced on by Gage. Gage's ball forward onto the head of Jesse Walkland on the halfway line. Up goes Keighley's side, manages to win the ball. Oswick it is, who collected on the edge of his own penalty area, almost put Elliot Kettle in trouble, and Oswick has to turn away from Keighley's side and put it back to his goalkeeper Tyler Josephs. Welwyn Garden City in fact about to make another change. Far side of the field, the illuminated board is up. Could be Elliot Bailey who's about to come on as Josephs clears from the goal away to our left-hand side. Lee Close towering header inside the centre circle for Eusebio de Silva. Looks to turn away from Gage, but he can't get away from Kettle. Eusebio snapping at Kettle's ankles, but Coles has got it here for Biggleswade. Kanoshi closes his space down. He finds Hunt on this near side. Coles is on the halfway line, the number 7. Threads it out to the left-hand side. Good ball, that. Brings in Kettle. Kettle down the line for Mason. Mason's cross rebounds off a defender who was Jay Rolfe and goes away for Biggleswade's third corner of the night. Meanwhile, there's just a little bit of handbags going on between Fleming and Lee Close. The referee wants a little bit of a word. But all happened while the corner was being queued up on that far side. And referee is waiting for things to calm down just a little bit. And he's sending Eusebio de Silva away, who wants to have a word. In fact, he's Eusebio who's having a word with. So delay at the corner here, but the corner's going to be taken by Ryan Inskip on that far side. Inskip's corner, high one once again to the far post. Oswick back across goal and out by Jesse Walkland. Looking for Kanoshi. He's got some speed if he can get the ball. Here's Jordan Kanoshi down the left-hand side. Kanoshi pulls the ball across. It's Eusebio de Silva. Oh, couldn't collect it. Let the ball run and the chance went begging. Hit it first time as he puts it back across and over the crossbar for a goal kick. Well, another opportunity. Kanoshi did the job. Good ball across, but Eusebio de Silva should have hit it first time and he didn't, and that's going to be the last action for Jack Vasey, actually, who's going to come off. Used to Eusebio wearing that number 9 shirt, but it's Jack Vasey tonight, and Elliot Bailey we are going to see. So Elliot Bailey comes on for Jack Vasey, so that's not going to change the pattern at all. It's going to be a striker for a striker, but both of them offer slightly different things. Vasey a real physical presence. Elliot Bailey got quicker feet. So we'll see. Second change for Welwyn Garden City. Tyler Josephs will take the goal kick from the goal away to our left-hand side. Again, Lee Close goes up with Fleming. That would have been a handball. Ooh, challenge came in from Collar Inskip, and that's worth a yellow card. I don't think it will be a yellow card. So it was untidy once again, as described Johnny Sexton's challenge in the first half. But it's George Ironton who was on the receiving end. But Collar Inskip is getting it himself in the book. George Ironton just receiving a little bit of treatment. Yellow card is shown to Inskip. Welwyn Garden City have themselves a free kick. 20 minutes gone in the second half here at the Utilita Stadium, as it's now called, and Welwyn Garden City still leading by a goal 2-0. St Margaret's up against Woodford, and Sawbridgeworth, well, you don't want to know. 7-1 down to 10 men last time we heard, away at Takeley in the Essex Senior League. So Dave Keenley's side will take the free kick, waves George Ironton, who's back to fitness away. Keenley's side chips it to the far post, up goes Carl Mensa, but can't get much for control. In fact, it was Eusebio de Silva and couldn't get any direction on it at all. And the ball goes behind, harmlessly enough, for a goal kick. Biggleswade signs, I think they are going to make a change on the bench there, as George Bailey picks the ball up on the halfway line. 2 Inskips and 2 Baileys on the pitch now. As the ball goes out, and Gage will bowl the ball along the line for Adam Hunt to take the throw in. And indeed, Biggleswade are about to make a change as Mensa gets it away from Bailey. Long a high ball forward off the head of Eusebio, but nobody at home. And all the way back to the goalkeeper Joseph. Lee Oswick looking again for someone to pass it to. In the end, the halfway line, he finds Bailey, George Bailey that is. But Bailey's robbed of the ball by Jesse Walklin. Mason will take the throw in front of the bench, where they've still got the substitute warming up. Mason back into his own half, and he could have put Oswig in trouble there, but he managed to snaffle it away from Eusebio de Silva. Poor ball by Gage, though. Gives it away to George Ironton. George doesn't know where the ball is, and player goes down holding his face, which, well, looks like George Ironton's going to get a card here. I think that surely was a little bit tame. Well, as commentators say, if you heard anything from Nicky Ironton that offended you, then we apologise, but bear in mind he is over the other side of the pitch. It's trying to see who the player is who went down under challenge there. George is protesting his innocence, but the referee is going to show a yellow card to the Welwyn Garden City number 11. It was Connor Inskip who went down. So he was the player that had been booked previously for the challenge on George Ironton. So honours a little bit even between the pair there. Double substitution about to be made. That's Connor Inskip's last part in the game. George Bailey's going off as well. And tell you who's coming on. Tom Cookman is one of the substitutes, the number 17. And we'll wait and see who the other one is when he turns his back obligingly towards us. So a couple of changes for Biggleswade. I thought George Bailey had a fairly good game, so wait and see. I think there's a bit more physical presence come on the pitch looking at the 2 substitutes. As the ball on that far side is put out. The other one is Nathan George, who's a defender by trade, but he's gone right up front at the moment. So Johnny Sexton rustling away on that far side, and the ball goes out in the end for a goal kick to Welwyn Garden City. In fact, this, Nathan George is going to play at the back. And the substitute on this near side is Tom Cookman, who's going to come out and play up front alongside Alan Fleming. St Margaret's 2, Woodford have got to go back now. Kyle Roberts got both for St Margaret's, one from the penalty spot. Long kick forward as Carl Mensa goes up. Welwyn Garden City win the throw-in on the far side. So an Inskip and the Bailey have gone. That's good for the commentator because we had 2 of each on the pitch. Life has suddenly got a lot easier since that board went up. Long throw, far side. Elliot Bailey trying to get his first touch here. But the ball rebounds and comes off substitute Nathan George onto Bailey and away for a goal kick. Nathan George, ball forward on that far side for Coles. Coles' ball is intercepted by Jesse Walklin as 2 balls on the pitch. As referee, that really was the multi-ball situation, wasn't it, in play there? So we can only use one of them, so one's going to have to be taken out, and we're going to get a third one on that far side, which Mason's going to take now. So we're awash with footballs here at Hearns Lane. Here's Elliot Kettle, back to George. George lofts the ball on this side, looking for Adam Hunt, but Sexton gets there first, brings in George Ironton. Ironton's chip ball looks to send Jordan Ganoshi going down this left-hand side, but speedy that he is, he's not speedy enough to keep that one in play. So a throw in to Biggleswade will be the result. 20 minutes remaining here. 20 minutes away from Welwyn Garden City's first league points of the season. And Biggleswade's first league defeat of the season. They did go down 2-1 to Evesham in the FA Trophy on Saturday. Unbeaten before then. That was a handball by Elliot Kettle. Referee missed it. And Keighley side's going down this left-hand side, but Hunt will complete the clearance. Looking for Cookman, but his header lands at the feet of Johnny Sexton. He just about managed to sort his feet out and finds Kinoshi. Ball from Keighley side for Jesse Walklin. Far side, Elliot Bailey. First real chance for the number 12. Bailey, decent looking cross, but no one could get on the end of it. Eusebio de Silva was sniffing in there, but nobody could get the final touch. Final touch would surely have taken it into the net. Joe Gage on this left-hand side. Back for Tyler Josephs. Tyler Josephs brings in Lee Oswick for Biggleswade. Oswick, left-footed, finds the one that Inskip who's left on the pitch. It's Ryan Inskip. As the ball ricochets out for a throw-in on that far side, which Mason will try and take about 20 yards beyond where the ball went out. Lee Oswick will take the throw-in. Welwyn Garden still leading 1-0 here. Tuesday night football on 90 Minutes Live in association with East Arts Radio. Saturday's 90 Minutes Live will be coming from Woking in Surrey. It's our home of Westfield. Westfield against Hertford. Looking forward to that one. Hertford made the brilliant start at Tooting and Mitcham. Exciting young team. Talking of Hertford, Kit Brown will be our guest on 90 Minutes in 6 days' time. Always a pleasure to talk to Kit. And if you haven't heard 90 Minutes before, then go on Twitter, go on the link. You can hear this week's show with Kieran Amos from Sawbridgeworth Town. Good job we've got him before tonight, really, isn't it, with the way things are going. As Kanoshi breaks away down this left-hand side. Got Eusebio de Silva in the box. Here is Jordan Kanoshi. Kanoshi goes for the far post. Joseph juggles it, but manages to get it at the second attempt. Away from the on-running Dave Keenley side. They've given it away, though. Kanoshi goes in, wins the ball, but Ryan Inskip gets there first, and Walklin and Inskip. Walklin showing good strength. Still Jesse Walklin back for Sexton. Forward looking for Kanoshi, but sorted out by Gage. Lee Close goes up. Keenley side finds Mensa on that far side. Mensa chips it down the line looking for Elliot Bailey, but only finds Mason in the way. Back come Biggleswade the other way. Game getting a little bit stretched in its final quarter as Cookman, the substitute, looks to thread the ball on this near side, but it's Ryan Inskip who on their side looks for Adam Hunt. He wasn't offside. Opportunities here for the visitors, but good challenge by Johnny Sexton. Watch the ball. That's all he had to do. Ganoshi finds George Ironton. Ironton chips it forward, looking for Eusebio de Silva. Gage is in the way. The ball will break for Jordan Kanoshi. Kanoshi does well, goes around one man, can't get around Gage though. forward to the halfway line for Cookman. Cookman goes down under challenge from Jesse Walklin, and I've got a feeling Jesse could be in the book here, but we'll wait and see. Tom Cookman went down, and indeed Jesse Walklin finally has produced the infringement that the referee was waiting for, and he's going to go in the book. So Jesse Walklin is booked, and the referee saying I've lost count, I think, but he was certainly pointing, and fair play to Mr. Norton. I don't think he had too much choice there, as Nathan George will take the free kick for Biggleswade. Time running out for the visitors. 15 minutes left here. Ball down this near side, looking for Adam Hunt. Sexton goes with it, can't see because the glass is frosted up, but it's Hunt who emerges with the ball, chipped across by Ryan Inskip. Header comes in, here's Hunt again, but Lee Close will get there first and should clear, and does, well, of sorts anyway, only as far as Fleming. Here's Alan Fleming, right side of the box, puts the ball in, but straight into the arms of Charlie Crowley. Opportunity there, but Charlie Crowley certain in his handling, and Crowley will take his time over clearing this one. Still substitutes on the bench for either side, as long ball forward lands for Joe Gage. Inskip will find Gage again, the big number 5. He brings in the substitute Nathan George. Nathan George on that far side can't beat Mensah, and Mensah's header down is pounced on by Elliot Bailey. Elliot Bailey going for a run down that far side. Good challenge by Cookman, and kept with him all the time. Brings in Coles, the number 7, but Jesse Walkling gets a shove in the back this time from the opposing skipper, and Welwyn Garden City get themselves a free kick. So Charlie Crowley's in no hurry to collect the ball on that far side. Another substitute on the bench, I've got a feeling. Welwyn Garden City might be going to make a third change, and indeed it is, as I say that the training top comes off. Still left on the bench, of course, they've got Robbie Buchanan, Charlie Payne and Patrick Tishkala, so really 2 attacking options there in Buchanan and Tishkala. Charlie Payne, more of a holding midfield player. As Mensah's kick looks for Eusebio de Silva, the goalkeeper's come a long way, completely missed it, and Gage gets him out of trouble. As Adam Hunt will collect the ball, put it inside for Elliot Kettle. Kettle for Coles. Coles on the far side for Lee Oswick. Oswick forward. Jay Rolfe, though, manages to win the ball, and here's Keeley's side. He's only got Eusebio in front of him. He's got Kanoshi now, providing the overlap down the left-hand side. Jordan Kanoshi against Joe Gage. Kanoshi looking to go round Gage. Gage gets the challenge in. Kanoshi goes down. Welwyn Garden City get a corner. Well, the coaching manual never says don't make a substitution at a corner. But, it looks like, as he does with all things, I think Nicky's thrown the coaching manual out the window. So they are going to make this substitution at a corner. And it is going to be Eusebio de Silva who comes off, and it's going to be Robbie Buchanan who comes on. So that's going to be a little bit of a change in things here, because they're going to go one up top with Elliot Bailey, and have 2 very nippy wide players in Robbie Buchanan and Jordan Kanoshi. So I think George Ironton will probably go more central, the way he has really been playing since Thomas Apugu went off. Corner's going to be taken on this near side. Somebody by the Biggleswade bench having a little bit of moan about the time it took for the substitution, but Robbie Buchanan's on now, and George Ironton will prepare to take the corner on this near side. The diminutive Buchanan making his way towards the box, not much of an aerial presence, but it's got very quick feet and a real good turn of pace. So, corner comes in, near side to the near post, headed back towards the far post, still in there, and put in the back of the net by Elliot Bailey. Surely that's 3 points secured for the citizens. Corner came in, Biggleswade couldn't get it clear, and Elliot Bailey, well, he likes sniffing out a goal, doesn't he? He's hardly been in the game since he came on, but that doesn't matter, because he's made it Welwyn Garden City 2, Biggleswade 0. Well, points assured, you would think, here at Hearns Lane with 11 minutes left. Elliot Bailey scores the goal that Wellington City have been threatening, it must be said, but haven't quite managed to put away before that one from Elliot Bailey. It's now, Salisbury's have got one back at Takeley, 7-2. 11 against 10 as well as Fleming on that far side. Well, it was 1-0 here last year in the league. Goal from Jordan Watson. Welwyn City have doubled that, and they're coming forward here and fancy some more. Here's Elliot Bailey. Bailey looking at Robbie Buchanan to make a really good run, but Bailey couldn't find him. Headed down by Jesse Walklin. There's been some really good performances in this Welwyn City side tonight. Keenly side and Walklin have been absolutely superb in midfield. Carl Mentz has had a great game at right back. And the big two when they were on, Eusebio da Silva and Jack Facey certainly put a shift in. And George Ironton, George Ironton has given you what George Ironton gives, which is a real solid performance. And not to leave out Jay Rolfe and Lee Close and Johnny Sexton, who's just got in very well there to rob the on-running Kettle and find Jordan Ganoshi. Ganoshi's ball puts Sexton in trouble, but it bounces off a gauge and goes out on this near side. Really good all-round performance this by the Citizens against a team who really had a head of steam going at the end of last season. It looked like they might be there or thereabouts in the playoff places. The main problem Biggleswade had last season, I guess, was the fact that they only got 16 points on the road and 31 at home. They were pretty invincible at home, and not always the case away from home, and that has been the case again here tonight, where they trailed 2-0. Lee Close's long ball forward on that far side. The lone figure of Lee Oswick will go over and try and keep the ball in. In fact, he lets it go out for a throw-in. So St Margaret's in front against Woodford Town. Salisbury's way behind against Takeley, and Welwyn City here 2-0 up against Biggleswade. And Welwyn City got another Saturday off because Hales Owen, who are due to be here on Saturday. I think the only disappointment for Nicky Arnton will be that Hales Owen aren't here on Saturday, because he'd love his team to continue in the form they found both last Tuesday and this Tuesday. But maybe Tuesday night suit them, because that's next time they're in action at St Neots this time next week. Ball comes across the box. Kanoshi's in there, and in the end it's Oswick who manages to scoop it clear for Lee Close. Lee Close, long ball, far side. What a good ball it was as well. But it's out Keeley side. Robbie Buchanan went for the volley and ended up kicking it backwards rather than forwards. Here's Coles. Manages to avoid George Ironton, or does he? Well, George gives the foul away. Free kick to the visitors, who really have got to stage something special here in the final 7 minutes if they're going to get anything out of this game at all. So ball on this near side for Nathan George. Jesse Walklin. George Ironton thumps it forward onto the halfway line where Lee Oswick is. Oswick for Elliot Kettle. Oswick will get it back. Oswick with the left boot looks for Fleming. Lee Close has done well again. Inskip fires in the shot, bounces off a defender. Sexton will look to keep it in, and in fact it's Adam Hunt with the ball. Hunt on this near side chips the ball to Fleming, who's control. Lets him down. He does manage to get the ball back and then gives it away to Robbie Buchanan. Here comes Buchanan, picking up a bit of pace, but Mason was in his way. It's going to be Nathan George from the halfway line for Biggleswade. Long ball to that far post. Buchanan's back doing the defending against Elliot Kettle. Kettle keeps the ball in, finds Coles. Coles threads the ball forward for Cookman, but he's given it away, and Elliot Bailey will have it back. He's still inside the Welwyn City half, waiting for the cavalry to arrive. And in the end, it's Carl Mentzer who provides it, and is fouled in the process. And Welwyn City will have a free kick on that far side of the field. George Ironton's gone down on his haunches. 6 minutes to go here at Well, first ever game at the Utilita Stadium, I guess we can call it. It wasn't that until yesterday. It's the first ever game at the Utilita Stadium. It looks like it's going to end in a victory for the home side. Leader here 2-0. George Ironton and Elliot Bailey on the score sheet. Could have had a few more as well. It's the only thing that Biggleswade had done really in the second half. To be fair to him, could have had an equaliser when Fleming glanced one off the outside of the post, but Welwyn City been pretty much in command since then. Long ball forward by George Ironton, force Oswick down by the corner flag, and he will put it back for his goalkeeper Tyler Joseph. He looks to clear at the hurry up and brings in Nathan George. Not Adam Hunt, almost playing like a right winger now on this near side of the field. Fleming's beaten to it, not for the first time tonight by Lee Close. Kanoshi runs into Gage more than anything else, and ball on this near side will come out for the goalkeeper Tyler Josephs. Long ball forward onto the halfway line, and it's headed forward by Coles. Cookman finds Fleming. He's got Walklin there with him. Sexton cannons the ball off of Fleming, and it breaks on this near side behind the frosty glass, which is the only bit of the pitch we can't see, and goes out on this near side of the field. Absolutely no idea what happened there because we can't see it. If somebody should get the squeegee men here and have a go at that glass, we might be able to see what's happening down by this right-hand corner flag. But we'll wait for the ball to come back into play as it's hooked forward by Keenley side for Elliot Bailey. Bailey's got George all over him and does well as George Ironton's pass for Robbie Buchanan. That's the little winger coming backwards. Buchanan, little and large there, finds Carl Mensah for George Ironton. Ironton again, sending Buchanan going down that right-hand side. Oswick is the defender, but he just can put it out for a throw-in to the Citizens. Nobody's going to be in too much of a hurry to take that, I don't think. As the referee's assistant is signalling for them to hurry it up a bit. As Dave Keenley's side does finally break into a trot and then breaks back into a stroll as he goes to collect the ball on that far side. So Keenley side looking to take the throw. Hasn't got to have too much option, but finds Robbie Buchanan in the end. Buchanan across the box. It's over Ganoshi's head, but he will collect it. Jordan Ganoshi's got Sexton in support if he needs him. Jordan Ganoshi doesn't need him all. Well, Jordan Ganoshi, the biggest dummy there, almost sold to himself as he fires in the shot in the end. I don't think anybody knew what was going to happen there. But he will, of course, tell you he meant it all along and he'd been practising it and training for weeks. But Mason will have the ball. Chips it forward. Here's Ryan Inskimp. But in the end it bounces to nothing. And into the arms of Charlie Crowley, who really hasn't had a save to make tonight. He's punched the ball out very convincingly from a number of situations. He was thought, really, when his manager thought he was a little bit at fault with Bishop Stortford's goal last week, but he's been very, very solid, the former Wareham Waltham Abbey keeper tonight. As Walklin wins the ball well, tigerish stuff from him again. Jesse Walklin is going to try the shot. Walklin's still going, he's in the area. Block comes in from Oswick, and then finally it breaks to the goalkeeper Josephs. Josephs bowls it out to Coles, the number 7. Time running out for the visitors from up the A1 as down the line Adam Hunt tries to keep the ball in play, can't do so, and it's going to be a throw in to Welwyn City. 2 minutes left here, plus time added on for stoppages, and a very satisfactory night for the Citizens. They'll now take a week off before the game at St Neots, this time next Saturday, comfortable in the fact that they'll have their first 3 points of Southern League Division 1 Central season, barring something absolutely dramatic, which is going to happen here. A couple of players have gone down, and both of them very slow to get up. Somebody was trying to take a free kick there, quite how you do that. Jay Rolfe is the Welwyn City player, and Alan Fleming is the player for Biggleswade. Thankfully, both of them are up and okay, but Ryan Inskimp has got a chance here to take a free kick. He's about 35 yards out, inside right channel. 3-man Welwyn City wall in the way. Robbie Buchanan is being called back into defensive duty. So Inskip waits. Welwyn Garden City have got everybody back as they defend this lead. Inskip to the far post. Header comes in, but he goes wide of the target from Lee Oswick. Well, they're claiming a corner. I don't think it got a touch on anybody. It was Oswick on the far post who got the header in. But it went round the post and all comes to nothing. Charlie Crowley will take his time as we enter the last minute of the match here at the Utilita. I have to get used to saying that, as Crowley will take the goal kick from the goal away to our right hand side. Goalkeeper right-footed towards the halfway line. We will see how much the referee wants to add on. Won't be a great deal, I don't think, as Mensah picks out Robbie Buchanan on that far side. Buchanan going on a run against Oswick. Buchanan still there, but Oswick goes down under challenge, and in the end it's 3 minutes to be added on. I think that's probably just about fair. Biggleswade will have a free kick, and surely they've got to take this, get it up the end and do something if they're going to get anything out of this game whatsoever. Trail here by 2-0. George Ironton in the first, Elliot Bailey in the second for Welwyn Garden City. Here's Ryan Inskip, who's worked hard tonight. The number 11 finds Joe Gage. Gage out to that left-hand side, brings in Elliot Kettle. Long ball forward, but far too long, and Charlie Crowley will go out and collect it quite comfortably for Welwyn Garden City. It's the crowd looking forward to turning the heater on in the car on the way home, possibly. Or getting a cup of tea somewhere, because certainly a chill has descended on the air as Welwyn Garden City have themselves a throw-in to be taken on that far side by Dave Keenley's side. In front of, for once, silent Nicky Ironton. There's a collector's item. As, I'm sure he's going to be happy with what he saw. I think we're going to get a positive tweet from Nicky tonight after this performance, which will be good to see. As down the line, Elliot Bailey lets it run. Mason puts it over his head. George Ironton speculatively heads it towards the Biggleswade box. They'll bounce so that Carl Mensah gets her ahead of Fleming. But Mason has it now for Biggleswade. He finds Coles. Hunt's in advanced position again on this right-hand side. Johnny Sexton is the defender for Welwyn Garden City. Lee Close is in the way again. And Close coming forward. Maybe they want a third. No designs on taking it to the corner flag, that's for sure. Keenly side forward for Lee Close. Maybe Close fancies his chances with a big out and Kanoshi on this left-hand side of the box. Kanoshi looks to turn around and put the ball all the way across, but nobody could get on the end of it. And Mason will come forward for Biggleswade. Mason crossed the halfway line for Ryan Inskip. But Inskip beaten again by Mensah. Has he missed a tackle tonight? If he has, I don't think I've seen it. As forward comes George Ironton. End-to-end stuff. George fires in the shot. Oh, the goalkeeper misses it and it's gone in. Well, would you believe it? It was a speculative effort, to say the least, from George Ironton. But I was saying, he'll be telling you he's been practising those, whether he's been practising them or not. He scored his second of the game. Welwyn Garden City have got their third. And if it wasn't all over before then, it certainly is now. Welwyn Garden City 3, Biggleswade 0. And I think they deserve that. It's been a super performance by the citizens tonight. And certainly, if Nicky wanted a reaction from that difficult game away at Wantage in terms of league football, and he certainly got it. The last action, fittingly, was a goal. It's finished here. Goals from George Ironton in the first half and in the very last minute, and one from Elliot Bailey in between. Give us a full-time score here at the new Utilita Stadium of Welwyn Garden City 3, Biggleswade 0. Excellent night for the citizens, They get a week off now before they go to St Neots, but they will go in good heart and in good form. Thanks for joining us here on 90 Minutes Live. Hopefully we'll catch you again on Saturday. Westfield against Hertford Town in the Isthmian League Division 1. South Central is going to be our match on Saturday. But 146 here at the Utilita Stadium saw it finish. Welwyn Garden City 3, Biggleswade 0.